Well, a good morning to everyone. Welcome to the second week of our Lenten journey. It is Monday, February the 26th, 2024. And welcome to Manna at the Tap. I'm Gloria, and this is Jennifer with me here, helping us to explore the bite-sized lectionary text for today. Jennifer, the lectionary text is Genesis 21, verses 1 to 7, and the title reads, The Birth of Isaac. Yesterday, on the second Sunday of Lent, the lectionary text, taken from the Message translation, read like this: God's promise depends entirely on trusting God and His way, and then simply embracing Him and what He does. God's promise arrives as pure gift. Abraham is father of us all. He is not our racial father. That's reading the story backward. He is our father of faith. Today's story is about the birth of Isaac, the child born to his mother named Sarah. She becomes the mother of us all. She's not our birth mother. That's reading the story backward. But she is our mother of faith. So, how did she become our mother of faith? Sarah and Abraham, along with other family members, left their home to travel to a place they had never been before and weren't sure where it was. They believed that God would guide them to that place. God's covenant commitment to Abraham and Sarah was, number one, Abraham and Sarah would have descendants. Number two, Abraham and Sarah's descendants would inherit the land of Canaan. And number three, they would be a blessing to the world. But just before we're introduced to the family and their ancestors, a family secret is out in the open. Sarah was childless because she was not able to conceive. But that didn't stop this young couple from setting out on their own Lenten journey. They assumed that Sarah's infertility would soon rectify itself. But as time passed by and the women in Sarah's camp were having child after child, all she could do was, when another baby was born, was to bring it to her breast, identifying that the child was part of her family. And then she had to give the child back to its mother because she was the only one with the milk to feed the child. Sarah was struggling with her reality. The intimate relationship she and Abraham had was becoming more difficult. And eventually, Abraham and her were like brother and sister, not being intimate at all. Her womb was as good as dead, and their intimacy was no sparks were flying between them. It is now going on 25 years that Sarah was waiting for the Lord's promise to become a reality for her. The Lord promised both Sarah and Abraham separately that they would have a child together. But now it was Hagar, Sarah's servant girl, who had become a surrogate mom with a son who was named Ishmael. How much longer could the Lord delay giving Sarah a baby and taking away the shame and embarrassment she was feeling? Or had the Lord denied her this opportunity and not told her the truth? Let's take a look at the meaning of these simple words, delay, and then we'll look at the word deny. Dictionary.com says delay means to put off to a better or a later time, to defer. Deny, to state that something declared or believed to be true is not true. Sarah offered Hagar to Abraham to help solve their infertility situation because she believed the Lord had denied her having children. But that was not true. To deny means to state that something declared or believed to be true is not true. The Lord was silent on the delay, and that's the Lord's right to do so. Both Sarah and Abraham were in need of reconnecting with God and God's words to them. In Genesis 17, we notice a name change for both Abraham and Sarah. God told Abraham, I will bless Sarah, and you will still have that son by her. I will bless her. Kings of peoples shall come out from her. This is a lovely promise, but was it too late? Sarah is now 90 years old. Abraham is almost 100. Have you ever thought of God laughing with Abraham on hearing Sarah would enjoy intimate moments with him? But Abraham reminded God that Ishmael was good enough for him. God's promises are true, and there is a difference between a delay and a denial. One more time. Delay means to put off to a later time. To deny is to state that something declared or believed to be true is not true. The lectionary text for today begins with these words, "The Lord was gracious to Sarah as he had said, and the Lord did for Sarah what he had promised." The Lord showed up to deliver Sarah a personal message that she could become a mother at age 90. And in her tent and out of the sight of the angel that came to bear the news, Sarah enjoyed a wonderful laugh as she thought of giving Abraham some pleasure. The Lord showed up at the home of Abraham and Sarah, and what a delightful couple they were. Sarah became pregnant by Abraham at exactly the time God promised. Sarah proclaimed that God had brought her laughter, and anyone who heard about this would laugh with her. Is anything too wonderful for the Lord? God kept his promises to Sarah. What at first seemed like a denial turned out to be just a delay. Abraham performed somersaults when he heard that Sarah was going to have a child with him. Sarah laughed behind the door of her tent, thinking about the pleasure Abraham was going to be having. God had a good laugh with both Abraham and Sarah, and in unison, the three of them celebrated the name of the child Isaac, meaning laughter. Oh, I think I'm looking for some smiles on anybody's face.
What a beautiful story. And it's especially lovely to add into our images of God that picture of a God who laughs. I need that, God, because I need to know that when I laugh in a holy way, that's part of God's image in me. And I also love the way you tell this story, Gloria, because for me, it's been like I had to go to summer school and catch up from all the years of thinking about Sarah in a way that wasn't kind, that was that showed God as stingy and Sarah as cynical. And I hear in this Sarah's open-hearted, wholehearted enjoyment of God fulfilling the promise and saying, oh, okay, now it's time. And she has laughter for herself. Oh, is there going to be joy and pleasure for me? She has laughter for Abraham, and together they laugh with God. That is beautiful. I love that. And I also love the invitation to carry the reminder that just because God's promise has not yet been fulfilled doesn't mean it's denied, shut out. It's a delay. And God has the right to delay. I don't know what God's purposes are necessarily. I can't see what pieces God is putting into place so that the picture can be complete at the right time. But the delay is important, and I can have faith in that process if I will keep being in the conversations. It's when I isolate myself that a delay feels like denial. Am I catching on, Gloria?
Yeah. I love it. I love it. That image of God laughing and laughing in unison with Sarah and Abraham. I hope that you're getting a picture of how God views you through his smile and not through that bad little person. It's a wonderful image. Well, I hope, do you want to just wrap up, Jennifer? Because,
Well, I can, or you can too. For
yeah,
those of
well,
you who are listening along to Manna at the Tap today, we're so grateful that you've joined us. And I hope that you will make it a conversation, that you will join in the comments, that you will like this post, that you will share it. We're grateful that you were here today, and we hope that we will see and hear from you again soon.